What is next for Arman Tsarukyan? What to destroy and submitted Dan Hooker in round 2? What is next from? We should go on to fight Ilia Topuria next, in which I got Arman Tsarukyan winning this fight, but it's not going to be an easy fight for Arman Tsarukyan since Ilia Topuria is a way better striker and has way more power, but Arman Tsarukyan is a way better wrestler and grappler. I can see Arman Tsarukyan taking down Ilia Topuria multiple times, dominating on the ground and taking it by decision. The only way Ilia Topuria wins this fight is if he catches Arman Tsarukyan and knocks him out, which is very possible since Ilia Topuria has a ton of power. Now, after Arman Tsarukyan beats Ilia Topuria, he should go on to defend the title against Paddy Pimblett, in which I got Arman Tsarukyan winning this fight, but it's going to be a great fight since both are great strikers and grapplers, but Arman Tsarukyan is a way better wrestler. I can see Arman Tsarukyan keeping the fight on the ground, outworking Paddy Pimblett and taking it by decision. The only way Paddy Pimblett wins this fight is if he keeps the fight on the feet, lands Arman Tsarukyan and takes it by decision, which won't happen because Arman Tsarukyan will shoot for a takedown if he's getting pieced up on the feet.
Now let's talk about what happened in this fight because it went exactly how I predicted it. I knew, Arman Tsarukyan knew, and I'm pretty sure everybody else knew that this was going to be a super easy fight for Arman Tsarukyan, and that's exactly what we seen. I mean, Arman Tsarukyan did really well on the feet. He was landing some big shots here and there, and it looked like he hurt and rocked Dan Hooker with a knee, and throughout rounds 1 and 2, Arman Tsarukyan had a lot of success with his ground game. He was landing some big shots and elbows, and what's crazy is that Dan Hooker managed to get Arman Tsarukyan in a couple guillotines, but Arman Tsarukyan escaped, and he managed to find a submission, and he submitted Dan Hooker in round 2. But anyways, let's say after Arman Tsarukyan beats Ilia Topuria, takes his belt, and defends the belt against Paddy Pimblett, I believe he should try and make that fight happen with Islam Makhachev. I understand that Islam said he wants to stay at welterweight and defend the belt, but hopefully after he defends the belt maybe once or twice, he decides to come back down to lightweight and fight Arman Tsarukyan for the title, which not only would this be a much better fight than Ilia Topuria versus Islam Makhachev, simply because Arman Tsarukyan has the wrestling and grappling skills unlike Ilia Topuria, but this will also be a crazy and very tense fight since we were already supposed to get this rematch. But anyways, if we see this rematch, I just know it's going to be one of the most competitive and entertaining fights ever, especially when it comes to wrestling and grappling, but I would definitely favor Islam Makhachev. I mean, he's stronger, bigger, and I would definitely say he's a lot more experienced, dominant, and consistent with his wrestling. And when the fight takes place on the feet, it should be very close, but again, I will favor Islam Makhachev. So in the end, I do believe Islam Makhachev beats Arman Tsarukyan.